Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going. Bite-Sized and Bossy, rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks.
I'm Erin.
I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Tammy.
And this is
Bite-Sized and Bossy.
We should only do this in real life from now on.
I know,
we've been killing it
each
at,
time.
like, staying together. So really excited for our guest today. Really, really excited. In fact, I've known her from afar for a while. She probably hasn't known me because I stalk her.
Yes,
a
I
little
have.
bit.
Yes,
God,
I know.
she is a
you.
stalker.
I stalk you too.
Oh, well, we have stalking syndrome. All right, well, we have Amy Hom, and she is phenomenal. I want you to introduce yourself because not everyone already knows you. I mean, they might be stalking you too, but
No.
let's see. Tell us about you.
Amy Hom, COO at Barcelona Wine Bar. I've been at fun brands like Sweetgreen, Wolfgang Puck. Where else have I been? Red Robin. I call it the Bird, a.k.a. Grew up at CPK with a lot of folks that are here at the conference. And so, just tooting around and hanging out and trying to help develop some folks to take our seats.
Well, how'd you get this C-level title then?
Advocates, definitely. Mentorship, advocates, you got to have it all. Ambassadors, what people say about you when you're not in the room matters. You don't need to care what they say right on the street, but in the room, in the boardrooms, you got to make sure you have advocates going for you.
Well, and how do you do that? How do you cultivate that?
Relationships, taking the time to actually cultivate them, knowing your stuff. We just, talking about financials and being able to present, speak clearly, all the things. No one's going to advocate for you unless you're ready to go. So you do have to prepare yourself. But hold on a minute. How did the three of you get this started? I need some juice.
This is not a reversal.
Yes, a little bit.
Hold on.
A little bit. Like, if you've never told the story yet, how did this happen?
Well, we were drinking, and Chrissy said,
right.
"You two
You were
should do a
drinking.
podcast. You're funny."
They were
that's how it
hilarious.
started.
You're funny too, Chrissy.
It was like I don't even remember where we were.
We were at QSR, FSR.
I think we were bickering too, but it was like funny.
We were bitching.
It was
Yeah,
like
that
sister
bickering.
bickering.
Yeah.
And it was like watching a comedy show. Watching
With
a comedy
these two?
show with these two.
And you
I
were
was
just
like,
hanging out in the middle of it,
Yeah.
watching?
She was like
yeah.
this.
I was like,
Cocktail?
And we're
nice
complaining
cute
about
coffee
like
cup?
there are no men that do this. There are no men that.
there's no women.
There's no women.
I guess
Retake,
it was
retake.
hopeful. It was
No.
that's a Freudian slip. Like I was like, there's no men. Like let's get rid of them. No, that's not what I want. They're useful for lifting things. But I will say we were like, there's no women hosting a podcast, and where is this void going to be filled, and why isn't there really a lot?
This is
that
what you
hear
were
about?
bickering about, or this
Well,
is what came
that
out of the
just had
bicker
kinda
This is
system?
come
what we were
up.
talking
I
about
see.
because Chrissy, she did start it. She's like, "You guys should do a podcast. You're funny."
I love
And then we started
that.
talking about it. We were just like, "There's no podcast for women." Then
Chrissy's got the innovative brain.
The first thing that when we started telling people we were going to do this, all the dudes that I know, at least, you probably had that too. They were like, "We want to be on." We're like, "No, you can't be
Oh,
on."
the
We
guys
got-
wanted to
we
be
got
on
a lot
that.
of women to get
Later.
through first.
Maybe
Like,
later.
here's the thing. It's going to have to be a special kind of gay man that gets that
Oh,
first
my gosh.
We
male
just round
seat.
them all up and we make them all come on one episode. Like,
Oh.
this is the only male episode we're going to do. We brought you all together. State your name. All right, that's all we have time for. So,
And drop the mic. And there it is.
well, and one of the things we also realized is that on a lot of the podcasts that I've done, and I love sharing and teaching, and as these ladies do too, a lot of times they give you a list of questions and they go, I'm going to ask you this, this, this. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, some of them, knock on wood that no one kills me for saying this, that it feels kind of self-serving for some of them out there.
Oh, yeah, I think there's definitely some of that. But most of the time, people want to understand like how you all got in your seats,
Yeah.
and how
She's
do you
trying to
advocate
take
for
over,
others?
FYI.
And- no, I'm just saying like people want to know. The young women want to
Yeah.
know. The young men want to know. The emerging leaders want to know. So it's a thing. I mean, people look. I mean, I just don't think maybe everybody sees themselves
Well, I
as
think-
everybody else does at times.
I think the important that it literally started almost as a laughy joke. Like we should do a podcast, right?
It was all funny until Sam came in.
It was all right. It was all.
It was all
Sam,
funny
the producer.
until Sam came in. Then it was like, oh shit, we got to work.
It's for real.
But we were, we looked across the industry, and we just heard Savannah actually kind of speak about this. There's a lot of loud men in our space.
Yeah.
They host all the podcasts. They have all their guy friends on the podcast. And I'm going to call something out. I'm not going to name it, but I sent Aaron a screenshot 2 days ago of a male-led podcast, and they had their lineup.
I know who it is.
There were 8 names on the lineup.
Because I saw it too.
And one of them was a female.
I saw
and
the
I
same
was
thing.
like, why is this happening?
Why didn't you send it to me?
There's
know.
a couple of things. There's not a lot of women at that CEO level in the restaurant space.
Yeah.
Right? We've gone backwards since COVID.
Yep.
So there's a lot of work that has to be redone and done. And then if you have folks not focusing on DEI, the government just went backwards, like all the things.
Yeah.
We're now sitting in this seat. So it's...
Yeah, I hate to break it
don't
to
know
everyone
that
here.
there's
We're all
this
diversity
huge,
candidates.
Huge pool that they can pull from at times. And
Well,
also, I don't think they focus on other levels.
Yes, and they're not necessarily raising their hand high enough, right?
Yeah.
They're like the same way that Tammy said when we started this, everybody was like, can I come on? But we've had to go say to women, like, hey, and every woman we've asked has said yes. Thank goodness. It's been wonderful.
Yep.
But we've actually had to go seek them out for the most part until we had a crazy, and I'm going to toot our own horn, toot, toot. But we
love
had
a
a
good
crazy
toot.
moment where, like, right after it launched, we went, people are actually listening to this, and then PR companies were reaching out saying, hey, how do we get our executives on your podcast? We had multiple sponsorships
love
reach out.
this.
And I'm going,
Yeah, it's
how do
like
they
2
even know
months.
it's going to be
Look
good?
what you started. You're totally like trailblazing.
I couldn't believe it. But
It really is.
I really want to ask this question, and I think we have to talk about it, and only because, like, I think everybody wants to know, which is, how does your hair look that good? Like, what are
All
you
the
doing?
time.
All the time.
All
Every
the
time I've seen
time.
you, your hair
All
looks
the time.
called
She
dry
has the best
shampoo,
hair.
and you know those L'Oreal color cans?
Uh-huh.
All day long.
really.
Yeah, your hair.
Interesting.
I
Well,
think
how
you look
often does
flawless.
everyone wash their hair?
I
Too
mean,
often.
too often.
Like
but my
how
hair's
many?
fine and thin.
Mine too. But how
What?
often? How often do you
Do you
wash your hair?
have extensions?
Sure.
Do you do? Okay, good. That makes me feel better
Well,
because my hair is not
L'Oreal-
full like
no,
that.
because I'm so self-conscious of it. So
I wash my
Oh.
hair every
Well, it
day, and I
works
know
for
you're not
you.
supposed to, and someone will murder me, like
no,
my hairdresser.
it's like once or twice a week. I hope that doesn't make
I'm
any
with
sense.
you. Once or
I'm
twice a week.
losing
Yeah.
so
Put it
much
up in a
hair.
bun. It keeps
Yep.
your curl. You have to twirl it properly. I had to learn from my hairdresser.
All right,
Yep.
after this,
You
if
and
you
Chrissy
could
have the
teach
good
me how
hair.
to
We
twirl
will
my
do it.
hair.
She knows how to
She
twirl.
has great hair, too.
She's got amazing
She
hair.
never
You
washes
also
her
have
hair.
amazing hair, so
Uh-oh.
don't talk poorly on your hair.
I never wash my hair. She
Although
says.
last time I saw you were blonde. We've gone red.
Yeah, that's fair.
Red
That's
is good
fair.
on you. though.
We'll
Red
see
is
what's
good on
next.
you.
Who knows?
Okay.
But I did red is different. Like, I still keep looking in the mirror, like, who is that?
And
What's happening?
Tinsel's in now where they got the colors in the hair. I saw some cute ladies running around with that too.
There's lots of fun
Yeah,
stuff.
amazing.
that last like 4 to 6 weeks, I was asking like, what's this tinsel stuff? But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, so Amy, I saw you on stage earlier, and you guys are doing some cool stuff in the nonprofit space. Are you going to tell us about it, or are you going to make us wait?
No, we have, wow, she's very sassy over here. We have Gleam. Under that bucket is lead and mentoring program and the CAP program. We run the lead side. So we run events. A lot of folks in the industry have never been to a conference like this. So it's a chance to go for $30. It's one night only. They get access to C-suites like Jack Gibbons, amazing guy. He's very giving back to the community. We've had Tabassum, CDO from McDonald's. It was amazing. Emily Williams-Knight, you got to get her on the podcast for sure. CEO of Texas Restaurant Association, now on the NRA board.
Oh, awesome.
She's
great.
freaking badass.
Yeah.
And so they come, they speak to a group of folks that are maybe supervisors, up and coming directors, VP levels, all the different things. And we cap it at 100, so it's intimate, and they get that space with them. And then we write development plans before they leave with Matt Rolfe.
So how would they go and find out about these events? So where do they go?
Once we get everything situated, we post, and then we start selling the tickets. So you can look for it on the lead, Facebook, LinkedIn. We all post on LinkedIn.
So LinkedIn. I think we're all in agreement. LinkedIn is the best.
Well, this is the
professional
problem. The emerging leaders are
networking.
not on LinkedIn.
Why?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
they're on
it really
social. They're on
takes
Insta.
their supervisors that are on LinkedIn to go into a restaurant and tell the cook or the chef, hey, you should go to this event. This is happening.
Okay, so
there has to be a lot of advocacy.
So really
for it.
targeting people to spread the word amongst and we're talking line level staff, right?
Yeah.
We're talking
It
cooks
can
and
be
servers,
anyone that
anybody.
you want to invest in.
Okay, that's
We
cool.
found this in restaurants too, where like we would go to eat. We'd be like, let's email the line level staff, and they'd be like, they don't have emails.
They don't have emails
And
'cause
I'm
they have to
"What?"
pay for that.
So like we would set up like a text messaging campaigns, because that's the only way you could really communicate from like top down, to be able to say like, hey, this is what's happening, and here's what we're rolling out.
Well,
Yeah, we're working on a couple companies, a couple leaders in the industry with their concepts that are allowing us to email or give them an alert through their payroll system.
Through their shift
Oh,
system.
Saying,
right
and the
there.
other
That's
thing
a great
is,
idea.
we
Yeah.
do sizzle and spin. I'm sure everybody's heard of
yes,
that around here.
sizzle and
I saw the
spin,
pictures.
yes.
If somebody can't afford to go, that money goes to that server or that manager or that director going. So even though it's a different group running Sizzle and Spin and doing that event, they're giving back so that the server it can go.
I was
So
gonna
we're at
ask
10-year high.
about
10-year high of
scholarships.
turnover in the restaurant industry. So it's a little scary.
So when you say 10-year high of turnover in the restaurant industry, what does that mean?
So people are leaving our business. They're not going from,
Our
a
glamorous,
Sweetgreen
exciting
over
industry.
to a Red Robin. They're going completely out of the business altogether. And one of the panels here had, moms, the moms in leadership, and they were talking about how long they could take off, or paternity and maternity and all these things. And we got to work on our benefits in the industry for sure too.
Let me ask you I want to talk a little bit about mentorship.
Sure.
Because I've sat in a lot of panels and today, and that word keeps coming up. And I look through this event, and there are a lot of people that may not know that they have mentored me, but they have helped me in some way or another throughout my career.
Sure.
And I lean on a lot of people for help. I've leaned on you. I've leaned on you. I lean on you all the time.
Lean away.
Well, she's
Lean
tall.
away.
She's tall.
Lean
Right.
on
She
for
can hold me up.
cocktails or for work advice.
Fair
Absolutely
point.
both.
Fair point.
All things.
I think it's all the same
Yes.
these days.
But so I think that those of us who are helping to bring the next generation up, I think it would be great to hear from Gleam and Lead what you guys are doing from a mentorship program, and how people like myself or Aaron or Tammy or anybody that's listening that wants to help bring that next generation up. Like, how do we help? How do we get involved?
I think there's two ways. We have Gleam. If you fill out a form, you get a match, and we have a system scientifically will match what you're looking for.
And is that a paid opportunity or is it free? Like, how does that work?
We work with a lot of organizations on the back end that support us
To fund it, okay.
to help, but we also personally put in our own funding.
Okay.
So the board commits to a certain amount to keep the project going. But here's the thing. I think mentors are all for different things. Like, I may call you to mentor me for something else, right? I may call, like Tammy, you may have different people you reach out to for different things. I don't think, especially as a female, it's a one-stop shop.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, I was just talking to a woman that stopped us in the hallway, and she said, I have a great community that supports me with my kids and everything, but I don't talk to anybody in the industry. I think I need to start talking to somebody in the industry that gets
Yeah.
what I do,
Yep.
because I don't have a support in the industry. And some people, like, if you have friends that don't, they don't get it. Like, there's just a thing. So I think you use it for different things, and you use different mentors for different things at different times in your career.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, doing a formal mentorship is good. You get something out of that. But man, if you find somebody that's really badass, you need to leech themselves onto you, like their leg, and just say, like, I'm sticking to you for a while until I suck everything I possibly can out of you, and then I'll move on. And I've not gotten everything out of Karen Stutz yet, but she knows I'm leeching as hard as I possibly can.
You are a little leechy to Miss Karen.
I loved her comment today.
I am her work daughter, so I'm like, whatever we got to
So
do.
you
love
just
that.
said like in
I've heard
work.
work husband. I never heard that. I love it.
Work
In
daughter.
work, though, you have to do the same type of thing with mentors that we basically do with friendships, right? Like, I have the friend
That's
that I
what it
cry
is.
with, and I have the friend that, like, I can tell dirty jokes with, and, like, you pick a friend that, like,
Do we get to pick which friend we're going to be?
Oh.
Absolutely.
You want to be.
I want to be the one that drinks.
my
I
joke.
knew you were going to say that.
It's
I
like,
wanna
which
be that
Barbie
too.
are you? It's
Can
like,
we
which
drink
Barbie are
together?
you?
Can I be the drinking friend?
Yes,
God.
we just
The
said you're the
laughing friend?
drinking and the work mentoring buddy.
Sorry.
That's great.
Couldn't
No, I think-
resist. Couldn't resist.
Teed it right up.
But you do. You
Love
have
the
different
ball.
people, and now we have to do that for work, too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Well, so I want to ask a question, and I would ask it to all of us, actually. So a young woman in the industry asked me to help her and mentor her, and we met, and we talked about her goals and the things she wants to achieve, and so we're trying to meet like once a month, and I'm kind of
That's
writing
awesome.
her and making intros. What other stuff could I be doing? Like, What are some mentorship things I could be doing to be better?
Their role is to come to you with their needs.
That's what I wanted to
If
hear.
somebody asks me to take time, I'll say, okay, you need to come to the call with an agenda. I'm happy to do it, but we need to go through exactly what you want to get out of this relationship. There has to be a responsibility. It can't just be, let's get on the phone and talk the news. It's, here's what I need to work on.
have to do the work, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like the other
then more
day,
people would be
Yeah.
mentors.
no. And the other day, somebody reached out. They were a young mom, and I'm like, I just need to connect you with Julie Zucker because this isn't my thing. And she talked about it in the room today, and I'm like, let me connect you with her. She can help you out with that. I cannot.
Right.
That's not my thing.
Sure.
But sometimes it's just helping move people along to the right and connecting people to the right folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dot connecting in our space is so incredibly important. And I think that's why these events are really important, is because, you know, the more people we know, we can get connected. You never know. I listened to a panel this morning, and one of the ladies said, you've got to put it out there. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to get, if you walk around with it all inside here, you're never going to accomplish it. Tell the people in the industry, network with everybody. And they gave a really great example of,
I think you're a great example of that. I think you do that very well.
oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
I mean,
that.
I do that every year about losing weight. I tell everyone I'm going to lose 30 pounds this year. It hasn't happened just by putting it out there, Chrissy.
You got to manifest that.
know,
You got to
but
do it
you're
harder.
Put it into the world.
I think you're losing quite a bit
To
of
be
weight
fair, I have lost
recently.
30 pounds this year, so
I think you look hot. You totally look hot.
Amazing.
You look hot. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I want to stand by you all the time.
So I think what we can take out of this is mentorship is important. Find some friends who will save you a seat at the table, right? Because we
Advocacy.
talk about having a seat at the table often.
But you don't get just to sit at the table. You actually have to talk.
No, 1,000%.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes people
It's not
say,
a booster seat.
Yeah, they'll say, they think it is a booster seat. They'll say,
not a high chair.
hey,
It's not
I
a high-
want
that's a
to
better
go to
one.
that meeting. And then they sit there and I'll walk out and I'll say, what value did you just add?
Yeah.
You don't
for
get to sit
you.
mute.
But hold
You gotta
on,
add something.
there's nothing worse than someone just talking to talk, though, like I just did.
No, we have to be purposeful. And you do, you talk for purpose. All of you do. This is very purposeful.
I would drink.
I am jealous, though, that last night you were drinking with your people on the panel, and I'm nothing in
I
my
was
coffee
not
cup.
there. I'm
But
not guilty.
I
What
do
is
have
it?
a very
Your
cool
cup is
coffee
not
cup.
half full.
Oh, she's spilling it all over herself, clearly.
So crazy.
No tequila, ladies.
I know. We should probably start drinking. in all
no,
of these.
some of us have work to do
something.
still.
You need to have shift shots.
Sometimes
you gotta have shift shots.
I like the shift shot.
What's that mean?
You take
shot.
a tray, especially when it's peak hour, and you run down the line with the cooks. Although last week when I ran down the line with the cooks, they didn't pick the glass up and pour it. They expected me to hold it up to their mouth and pour it in, and I was like, it's shift shot time, because they're slammed back there and it's hot. So you're just like, take a shift shot and you move on.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've not put alcohol in them
promote
yet.
drinking on the job.
Absolutely.
Around knives and hot things.
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of
with
sense.
no training.
We can
Perfect.
edit this part out.
No, I'm okay with it.
Hey, so
Thanks, Adam.
So look,
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam.
when you talked about your experience, right? Like Red Robin is a casual environment, and Sweetgreen's obviously is like a fast casual environment. And then I know you did a little stint in coffee, and then CPK,
And then Reef Technology.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
And now
yeah.
you're at Barcelona.
Yes.
And we all get the treat tonight
Yes.
of going to Barcelona.
As much wine as you want.
And
We'll
we're
Uber you
also
back.
excited.
Wait a minute, wait, you're funding Ubers too?
What? No.
Oh,
I was like,
No.
that's news.
Chrissy's
Cool.
funding your Uber.
okay, awesome.
Here, I'll
Chrissy's
figure
funding
it out.
Ubers. Or you can just spend the night in the booth. There's options.
Talk to us about the transition from like more of a fast casual environment into Barcelona, because that's a wildly different concept than where you came from.
It is, but it's not, because at the end of the day, you're leading people.
Yeah.
And if you know the P&L, what you've got to really dig into is the culture. Like every restaurant has their own culture. And so you just have to read the room really well and understand what they do different and how you can
Yeah.
help them, or they can help you evolve. So it's like it's a partnership, but whether you're focused at Sweetgreen on hospitality and getting people in and out and ticket times and 5 lines at a time or 3 lines at a time that they're prepping your salads, that's normal and not normal, right? You go to a normal restaurant, they have 1 cook line.
Yeah.
To major hospitality. But at the end of the day, you're leading people, trying to bring them together, have fun.
So how do you shift culture? Like if you
Yeah,
come
I
in
was
and you
thinking
want to
that.
build culture and there's a different culture already happening, like what's your first step? How do you
what
do
if
that?
culture sucks that you walk into?
It's happened in certain organizations, but you start with heart checks. How everybody feeling? If everybody sucks, there's definitely a problem. If everybody's like, hey, and you're doing a lot of round tables, you got to ask people what they want.
Yeah.
Do they tell the truth?
After you get to know them personally.
Yeah.
They will break down. I'm a big 5 dysfunctions of a team book girl.
Oh.
So if you don't have trust, the rest of it goes out the window.
Yeah, for sure.
If you
For
trust
sure.
me and whatever, then we can help get stuff fixed and results fast.
So one thing that I've noticed here, this,
Yes.
gosh, I always want to say this weekend because it always feels like a weekend to me.
It's because we drink a lot. We don't all drink a lot. By the way, we're not all alcoholics.
And none of us are
speak for
currently
yourself.
drinking, audience.
No.
We're
Don't
not
speak for
drinking.
You have a group of your team here with you, and obviously they're all females.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that. I feel like you've surrounded yourself with a really, really strong female-led team. And did you build that, or were a lot of them already there?
We have both. We have a mix. But when I started at Barcelona Wine Bar, there were no ERGs, aka employee resource groups, because I'm still finding that people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So the first one we started was a women in leadership one, and then we just started the LGBTQIA plus one. So the WIL one, we have a women in leadership council that has been building all of the content and the criteria and been putting stuff out to the field. This is the council. So I wanted them to come and get some ideas around the content they can build, how
That's
they
great.
can build a program, intercompany, all the things they can do. I kind of kicked it off, and then I just kind of backed off. Sometimes I'll chime in on their calls, and sometimes I'm like, they got it, because they need their space to build.
Yeah.
But they've done an extraordinary job.
That's
We have all
amazing.
company calls, and everybody gets on them.
That's awesome.
love
Super
There's
fun.
a couple brands here that brought I think Anita from Black Bear brought 8 people. I think Karen from Firebirds brought 6 people.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are listening, next year when this rolls around, get your boss to
Well,
bring
you
them
got to
teams.
jump on it because they said
they're gonna
sold
sell
out,
out.
and like they couldn't even. And we saw it was standing room only. Like they couldn't even get everybody that wanted to be here. And I met some folks here earlier that literally came because they were hoping someone dropped out and they could get in.
That's
And I was
amazing.
like,
But see the need. I mean, this was last year. I think it was 200 people.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
such a need. So this whole thing, like DI is going, all the things. It's not about that. It's about making sure that we have. There's enough. There are the right tables. I'm sorry, the right voice at the table with diversity.
Yep. Completely agree.
It's proven
Very
to have better
true.
results. So if you're not doing it, I don't know what to tell you.
So on that note, what advice would you give to younger Amy? What were younger Amy's struggles, and what would you say to her now?
Speak up and keep learning.
Okay, did you hear that, everybody?
Use your voice.
Speak up.
Speak up. Don't just speak to speak like you said, Tammy, but like speak to like find your voice.
Fucking say something.
Fucking say something.
Also,
Yeah.
you still seem very young.
Yeah.
Botox is my friend.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I know. I'm coming to Southern California to connect with your injector because I always think you look incredible.
Wait a minute, I'm in SoCal.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Long Beach.
Where are you?
Where are you?
I'm in Orange County.
Are you serious? I thought you lived in New York.
No, I'm in.
How
San
fun
Juan
would it be
Cap.
if you lived next
I
door
am
to each
in
other and this
But
is
I'm
how
like
you
half
found
in
out?
Nashville. I'm mostly in Nash right now for work.
Oh,
But the
gotcha.
house and the kids and the husband are all in Orange County, California.
I had no idea.
It's living your best life. It's double lives.
Yes.
yeah, no, that's cool.
yes. I
That's
love
so
it.
funny. Well, should we do a few food for thought questions?
Yes.
And to be clear, this was rapid fire. It turns out we suck at rapid fire, and so we had to rename it.
We apparently don't do anything too fast.
We don't do anything fast here. So
Sam does.
Sam is good.
Sam's good.
Sam,
We're
I
very-
don't know
we're
how
very blessed.
Sam, have you? But you should be the first guy on the podcast, Sam.
I don't know
that
how Sam
actually
keeps
is
this
a
all
great
in order.
idea.
We should
honestly.
totally have Sam on the
This
podcast.
He's gotta wear a
feels
dress,
like,
though.
You know, on the Ellen show, she had her producer back there, and she would always
buddies.
refer to him, and he'd always be like, I'm back here." Like that's what I feel like we're doing.
We need to get one of us to have a camera so we can see.
Yeah,
what it's like.
exactly.
We can
All
screen
right,
him
Chrissy,
in.
ask the first question.
First
Oh, boy.
question.
She scares me.
She's the slowest.
She's the slowest.
All right, Chrissy, pull it together.
Like I
She's
always,
Southern.
I always,
She's the
She's
slowest.
Southern.
I am Southern.
Oh my God.
Guilty pleasure when you're traveling for work.
Oh.
Going out and checking out a new restaurant, wining, dining. That's
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? You can't really say those things on air. The other things.
Oh,
Oh, so there's something different.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm just
the
kidding.
audience can fill in that blank.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. I'm
kidding.
sure it was watching 90210 in your
We're
hotel
open
room
at
late
night, so you
right?
really don't even do
That's
that. You
actually
go to
my
work
favorite
and then
thing
you
is
leave.
to go back to the hotel room and watch like Law and Order SVU where like someone
No,
dies.
it's that
That's
show
because you're a
Younger. I'm
mom.
telling you.
I will.
Okay,
I
we're
need
gonna
to watch
clue
You
it.
in.
got to watch Younger on Netflix.
We're going to clue in.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always ask what's your favorite restaurant that isn't one of yours? Like, what's your regular spot, either a local or a chain?
So I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
And there are two places that I go to every time I'm in town, or my friends will bring me if they're coming from there to see me.
Okay.
But that is White Castle and Emo's Pizza.
The one time
Oh
I
my
had
gosh,
White
that's
Castle was
hilarious.
in St. Louis.
It is
so-
the best burger, and Emo's is the best pizza.
That is
awesome.
so
Yes.
funny.
It is, and they are belly bombers. But I am telling you, they
Yeah.
make me feel like home. So I don't know what to tell you. Extra pickles, cheeseburgers.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Last movie you watched?
What is the one with Angelina Jolie where she was the singer? Aristotle Onassis?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember the name. Clearly, it wasn't
Must
Maria.
have been great.
Was it Maria?
Must have been great.
Angelina
Sam?
Jolie was a singer?
I know.
Are you thinking
In a
Lady
movie?
Gaga?
No, she was portraying a singer.
Yeah, they
Was it
look
an old
similar,
movie?
those two.
No, she just came out with it. It's this year.
Oh.
It's on Netflix. Clearly, I
You watch a lot of
I liked
Netflix,
it because I'm
basically.
in the middle of reading the Kennedy ladies. You have to read that too. But it all plays together because Jackie was the wife, and then this woman, the
Oh.
opera singer, was the mistress.
Also, with all this
Interesting.
knowledge you've
Oh.
I
dropped
did it
on
back
us,
to back so I could understand the whole flow.
you've
Oh,
shared so
wow.
much with us that I don't know how you do it all. Like
I really don't
kids,
either.
Husband,
Do what?
Work,
Okay, do you have a nanny?
travel, you read. Who does that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Audiobooks on the plane.
Watching movies, you're running programs, you're helping nonprofits, you're mentoring other people. I don't like.
You're making me
literally,
tired.
Yeah, you're making us tired.
It's pretty unbelievable.
It's
Pretty
a team,
unbelievable.
though. Everywhere you go, you have a team.
That's
A
true.
board of directors, somebody called it today. Find your board of
Yeah.
directors, right? And that's the people who are like pitching in
Yeah.
to help you pick up your kids or to help take
Personal
care
board.
of the jobs
Yeah.
when you're gone.
There's a
and
bunch
you're
of
away.
ladies that came to this last year, and we ended up down on Broadway dancing. And we all stayed connected and made a chain, like a text chain. And I think throughout the last 365 days, we've texted at least 20 times on that thing, whether I'm chiming in and I'm busy or
I
they're
want
whatever.
in.
But
Yeah.
somebody will say something like, I'm trying to not eat this today. And we're like, you can do it, you can do it. Or who's got a good book? Or I'm going on vacation, don't blow my text. Like, it's just, it's this thing. But it's like, hey, I'm really going through this. Or, hey,
Yeah.
you know, I actually have to file for divorce. Like, there's so much on that from over a year ago. So if you come to these things and like you don't connect
Yeah.
and make some friends, it's sad.
Yeah, I
It's
totally
such a great
agree.
opportunity.
Some people are
100%.
just generally introverted, though. So I do try when I
Yeah.
see those people. I'm like, come meet this
To
other
pull 'em.
introvert.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Come
think
with
you're
me.
really
Yeah.
good. You do a
Yeah.
great job at that.
I don't like people sitting on the wall by themselves.
No.
Yeah, like I feel sorry for
Yeah.
them, so I want them to
No.
come. I feel like they all want to.
And there's something
They're
weird, like
afraid.
if a guy's sitting by themselves and whatever, nobody cares. But if it's a girl, you're like,
Yeah. What's wrong?
come
Yeah.
over,
with me.
come on.
Well, Amy, you are unbelievable.
You're all, this is just so cool.
Yeah.
Are you
we're
so proud of
blessed that you
yourself?
said
You've
yes.
done a million podcasts.
Not a million.
You've done a lot of podcasts.
You've done a lot.
How
I
did-
feel so used. Jesus, you've been
No,
around.
you're a lot.
You've been around the block.
Everybody wants to hear what
We
Amy
see
Hom
we
has
see
to
Amy
say.
all over
Well,
LinkedIn.
they're all different. They're all
Yeah.
so different. And also, like, a lot of us don't talk enough about coming from nothing. Like, I came from nothing.
we
And
just heard that yesterday with
Yeah,
another story.
that's
How,
crazy.
how much from nothing? Do you want open
If
to
you
sharing?
could name one abuse, I've had them all throughout my childhood.
Okay.
And so this woman adopted me, ended up adult adopted me, but went through it all, and then she dropped me off with a quarter, and she's like, "You need to find a job." I was anorexic at the time, so the only place that would hire me that I would talk into was a restaurant. Here I am.
Jesus Christ, that's
So there's
amazing.
there's all different facets to a human, right? Like
course.
everybody's got a story. So
Yeah.
I can relate pretty quickly to people, especially in restaurants, where I can walk in and say, that person's going through some shit. That
Yeah.
person's needs some help. That person's highly educated. They're good.
Yeah.
But we can utilize them in a different way, kind of thing.
It also
So-
creates a lot of empathy in
awesome,
someone if
Yeah.
channeled in the right way. I always say, like, I've gone through enough trauma in my life that I'm wise beyond my years now, right? Like, and I'm able to be empathetic and the same thing. And so that's really impactful what you said, because we always think of trauma, abuse, things like that as, I mean, they're bad. Don't get me wrong, they're
Yeah,
bad.
please
Oh my
don't do
God, I
that.
would not be who I am today if I didn't go through that
Correct.
craziness.
Like, I don't think I would go. I wouldn't want them to happen again, but I wouldn't go change that because of who I've become.
No.
I think that's one of the things that makes being on Bite-Sized and Bossy different is, we want to touch on our industry and we want to tell about our successes in the industry, but really, more than anything, like, we want a platform for you to tell us that, like, if there's an abuse, I've had it, and it made me who I am, and this is what you're able to accomplish, because you're right. Everybody has had trauma at some point in their life, and, like, we're afraid to talk about it.
You can either
'cause you
use
don't
it as
wanna
an
get
excuse,
judged.
or you can like
Yep.
rise above it and not use it and use it as a platform. But
Yeah.
I didn't always tell my story, but as I get older, some of the ladies are like, oh, well, you don't understand. I'm like,
You're like, I do.
I do. And sometimes, like, I didn't know financials for a long time.
Yeah.
But then I was like, Karen, I need to take a class. And she's like, you really don't? I go, no. I'm going to sign up for this class. And then I was taking it. She's like, I have no idea what half that means. And I was like, okay, fine, but let's just pass the class. But like I've just taken chunks. And one thing I will say, like, I don't have family. I have my husband and kids, but the one thing I will say is there are significant adults that help kids out. So going through all of that journey, there's always really good people.
Yep.
You just got to leech onto them.
Yeah, the helpers.
Which is probably
Look
why I
for the
leech onto
helpers.
Karen. Like, there's psychology to it all, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. 100%. Yep.
Well, I loved what Karen said today in the room when she said that, it's not, learn the financials. It's not that hard. Just do it. You're not going to get to
over
the
yourself.
C-suite
Yeah.
if you don't. So if you're out there listening and you don't know this part of your business, find someone to help you. Figure it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of people help me.
Yeah.
We all need help.
Sounds like you're paying it forward, though.
Yes.
It's one big circle. It's one big circle. So
I love that.
Not to bring everybody down. Now we need tequila shots.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
well, now we're going to get to the
Now
fun
we're gonna
part
do
again.
shift shots.
But we just brought it full circle to alcohol, so really isn't that a win?
What?
We brought it full circle to alcohol, so like winning.
Well, I was thinking we brought it full circle of fun. We could start talking about people that
That's
we like.
obviously what it
really
meant.
on the show.
People, yes.
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 Well, so at the end of every episode, we ask the guests to nominate a woman or women that they would like to see or listen to on the show, and it can be anyone you can think of. We'd love to hear.
There's
Somebody
so
whose story
many,
that
but
should be told.
Christina Bradshaw, she's one of our executive chefs. She's just got promoted, so super proud of her. She's at Barcelona Wine Bar, and then the other one. There's not a lot of women in construction and design.
Yeah.
And Chelsea Meeks is here, and she's a pretty big badass too. So
That's amazing.
She's paving some waves. I like that.
I had an opportunity to chat with Chelsea, and love her story.
She's a little smart ass, so she would be a good fit for you all.
Yes, and just
than
the
a
fact that like
dumbass.
Better than a dumbass.
she like is in construction and design, and that is
She did North Italia building. She's doing Barcelona wine bars, and
Wow.
she's got a little 2-year-old that's adorable, and she's just doing it all.
Yeah, I love
crazy.
that. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we will be.
Wait, what if I want to ask you each a question?
Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. Oh, these have to be G-rated, PG-13.
We don't care.
Well, we're on. What are we on? Apple Podcast.
But I think he already said for
Spotify.
mature audiences, maybe. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, this
Okay,
part
we'll
is
start
for
with
mature
you.
audience. If your kids are in the car, should turn it off.
I
Okay,
won't
ready?
ask any
Go.
answer. Okay, what is your favorite cocktail, a.k.a. tequila,
I'm a
vodka?
Tito's and soda girl. That's all I drink.
Are you
Do you
asking
do
us all different
condiments?
questions?
No,
Why?
orange or lime?
I would just drink it straight if I could. I also do dirty martinis. Tito's.
You're
Tito's
just
vodka.
Tito's, so
I
we
love
should
me
ship you
some
Tito's.
Yeah.
For anyone watching, she takes Tito's cases to her house.
Buy it at Costco, please. It's
Yes.
cheaper.
Okay, Chrissy, so you've pivoted a couple times. What's
How
been
come
your
Tammy
favorite?
got the alcohol
Who's been your
question?
favorite boss and
first.
why?
Who's been? Say that
Your
again.
favorite boss and why?
My favorite boss and why. I will always hold a super soft spot for Zach Hyman from
Aw.
CPay and Spot On. Like,
How come?
well, if you listen to my podcast that I was recorded with Will Brawley, it's a commitment because it is an hour and a half long.
Whoa.
But I told my story, which a lot of people don't know. And I wouldn't be sitting in this seat today doing what I'm doing if Zach Hyman had never given me
That's
the
awesome.
opportunities he's given me.
I love
and
that.
I owe it all to him. And I tell him that all the time.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, everybody does it. Everybody's got those people.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's just, they're great humans.
That's awesome.
Yep, the Hymans. Yep.
Okay, dream job. If you could do anything in the whole wide world, anything, no bullshit.
Do
it.
My degrees in musical theater.
You do?
Yeah, super helpful. And I still love, and so I'm channeling a little bit because I'm a competitive ballroom dancer now. But
Shut the front door.
Yeah, there's lots of videos.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I need,
just
you
see the
need
video.
to send me one of these.
Yes.
I can do that. But I actually compete on Saturday, so we go home tomorrow and I compete Saturday.
You're
so
competing this Saturday?
Yeah.
Dancing.
And
Can
actually,
we
all
watch
three of
it
my kids.
streaming or
Yes.
anything?
Yeah, and I will.
know.
I totally want to watch
I'll
this.
totally send you the video
I'm like,
too.
I know
But
how.
I need to see this. Is it a hot partner?
Yes, just say yes.
He.
He's a hot partner.
No,
and
well,
he's so rich.
He's like he's the cabaret
Why
world.
are we not admitting this?
Well, he throws me in the air a lot, and you have to be muscular to do that. And but no,
okay,
he.
but is he,
Because
that
he
question
works
was,
in the
is he good
studio.
looking?
You know.
Yeah,
She's not dating the.
I mean,
the guy, is
no,
what I'm
he
saying.
is
Why
easy on
not?
the eyes. He is the world champion cabaret dancer. I am incredibly blessed. Him and his professional partner literally win the top awards in the world. So I'm just very lucky to dance with him. And he's also like, I call it physical and mental therapy, because like we start the lesson with like, he's like, what's going on? Something's wrong. And I'm like, let me tell you everything. And then I'm able to go into dancing. So he
So
has
it's like part therapy,
like
part ballroom
functional.
dancing.
100%, and I think I scare the crap out of him. But it's
So
so
how
much
long
fun.
has he been your partner?
For a little over 4 years.
Wow, that's a longer relationship than I've ever
I
had.
literally in January was
Do we
like,
need to
it's our
get you on Hinge?
anniversary.
We need to hinge you out. We'll make you a profile.
I'm on there. I just pointless.
Swipe
Chrissy,
right.
we need to hinge her.
Yeah.
Hinge me.
Also, in case
Or
you're wondering, he didn't give
Bumble,
me
or one of
flowers.
those.
Bumble.
I didn't
I
get
don't know.
flowers.
I have never been. I
Plenty
don't.
of fish.
Yes.
I have my sister
You got
sing
more
Plenty of
flowers
fish.
on
all of
Valentine's
these.
Day than
There's
I
a
did.
thing
I
called
did.
Plenty
It
of
was so
Fish.
sweet.
She had so many
Like
flowers.
a girlfriend in the industry actually,
Oh,
I get
this
a
is
box
the
and I'm
sweetest
like,
story.
why is this? And I had just the day before told her about my trauma, and the next day get a box in the mail and open it on Valentine's Day, and it's 18 long stem roses. And first of all, I was like, how'd you get my address?
I gave it to her.
Oh,
But
she knew
also-
it. She said she had to get my address
This is
from
so
Tammy.
cute.
Like, it was so sweet, and
was so
that's the
sweet.
type. That's why I'm actually excited to be at this conference, because this is what we do for each other.
I
We
love
lift each
that.
other up. So,
Aww.
but yeah. So to
Wait, are we
answer
taking
it,
a drink of
musical
our
theater.
fake
Oh,
tequila?
yeah, our fake.
Are we
our
fake
fake coffee.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, let me get mine. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, I so want to watch this dancing on
All
Saturday.
right, cheers.
Okay.
Hold on, we're faking. No, it's so delicious.
Like in the late show where they're like,
What kind of tequila is that?
This is
1942.
the sugar-free
Oh, I love it.
Let me send you my
1942.
address in case you want to ship me any. It's my favorite.
1942.
Little vanilla.
Yes.
well, we're excited that you joined us.
Thanks
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Shine today.
Everyone's raving about this thing, so keep doing it. It's awesome.
yay.
Thank you so
Everyone,
much.
Everyone's like, have you
Someone
seen the new
recognized
podcast?
me yesterday. I was like blown away.
It's
Why?
She was like, he recognized you.
Yes, somebody
It's
called me
amazing.
the podcast lady today. Oh, you're the podcast lady.
You ladies are boss ladies. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Well, for anyone watching at home, please, like as my small son says, is like, subscribe, click below, follow us on YouTube, where you can watch our beautiful faces, or on Spotify and Apple, and you can listen to it. Every episode's approximately 30 minutes, so it's easy car ride listening. And then please rate it too, because then it gets to more people.
Rate it 5.
Yes, yeah.
Don't
yeah,
just
yeah.
rate
all
it, rate it
fives.
5.
Don't
Don't be
fives.
giving 4s and 3s. That's
Yeah,
not
we only do
cool.
5s.
Yeah, well, that's all we're accepting right
Unsubscribe
now.
if you do less.
Thank you, Amy, for spending
Thanks
time
for
with
having
us.
me.
Thank you.
Ladies are awesome.
Bite-Sized and Bossy, you're rising up the ranks, handing out encouragement, deposits in their banks. Inspiration coming at you like a river flowing. Women paving paths, look at them going.